at the end of this game, you will have seen all 28 teams here in Hong Kong in action today, just as you did at this stage yesterday in day one. And this is the lineup between South Africa and Russia. Head to head, the South Africans have won every time they've played the Russians, but the Russians are a good stuff. Look at the sign there in English on the man's arm, tattoo, saying never give up. And that's one of the great principles of rugby, and I suppose in life as well. There's the Springbok team, which will bring so much speed to the game. And there's the referee for this game, World Rugby representative Matt O'Brien, his 150th match in the World Sevens series. Branko de Pree to kick off. My mistake, that's South Africa to kick off. Branko de Pree is out there on the field. Here is the great South Africa to begin. South Africa against Russia, which will complete 2 of 3 pool play rounds in the HSBC Sevens World Series here in Hong Kong 2016. South African team, well, they probably favourites to win here, but they lost yesterday to a resurgent England team 21-14, so they'll be looking to play well here. And already showing some good sharpness against Russia in the blue, and it's Ron Nell who gets in after 35 seconds against Russia. Here's Ollie Phillips.
Well, I imagine last night Neil Powell would have read the riot act, because South Africa was sloppy in their game against England. Nothing went to hand. But now there, excellent precision from Branko de Pree, drifting out wide, looking for the offload on the inside. 1-0, reading it, coming off his shoulder. Well worked try from South Africa.
So there is Branko de Pree kicking down in front of the big South Stand crowd, and the try is unconverted. It's 5-0 to South Africa. There is Ruan Nel, kind of new into the touring squad this year, but he's had 8 appearances at World 7 Series tournament events. Africa kicks off for South Africa. Good beginning by them, but the Russians have played a really solid game in their first outing. They lost 28-15 to Scotland, but scored 3 tries along the way. So they've got capability and talent as well. Good run there by Dmitry Shukin. Now here's big Lazarenko. Away from Simplikovic there, number 8. There's one lost onto the side of the Springbok Sevens. Philip Sneeman. De Pree, his quicker-like partner, Africa, wide to Nell. Already got a try in the first 35 seconds, down and up, not held. He could go on if he wanted to. There is Sinatra. Look for him when he gets space in the ball in hand. Oh, another lovely piece of a sleight of play by Branko de Pree, and here's try number 2.
I mean, that is majestic sevens from South Africa, just using the full width of this Hong Kong terrain. You see there, one now almost hugging the touchline. What that does, it creates space, and then this man, his footwork, his pace, the hidden spin, wonderfully taken try, but all generated from that hard work from Nell on the far hand side.
So the kick is over. It's 12-0. South Africa in the HSBC 7 series are second on the table overall, behind Fiji and just ahead of New Zealand. Only 2 points on the table, covering the first 3 teams. So points here in Hong Kong, critical, vital, with 3 tournaments to go.
I mean, you have to compliment there that bit of play we just witnessed from Kwagga Smith. His work rate is just phenomenal. His appetite, particularly at the contact area, is just incredible. Makes the tackle, gets up, busts through the ruck, gets back into shape, makes the other tackle, forces the turnover. Now the result is South Africa with possession, 22 yards out from Russia's try line. Absolutely outstanding work from Kwagga Smith.
Saw the referee there gesturing to Dennis Simplikovic to go to the sideline for treatment, possible concussion questions to be asked of him. So coming into the game there you see Alexander Januszkin, one of their established players over the years. So away from Nell. There is the man Ollie Phillips has talked about, Fox Smith.
No advantage.
Picked up by Ilya Babayev. Penalty here. Penalty here for Russia. No, it's a penalty for South Africa. So they're forming up, forming into the arrowhead position to move from this tap kick. Africa to Dupree. Flat pass to Sinatla. The flying Ciabello Sinatla, and he's thrown into the hoardings. And they really can cause problems. Look at this beautiful pass.
Lovely flat pass from Africa to him, but great defensive work from Russia. Hanging on to his coattails, then using his strength just to toss him into the advertising hoardings and get some possession back.
So here come the Russians. Dmitry Shukin, Ilya Babayev. Charge down. Ruan now trying to claim it. Cross on the far side. People in the background, you could see them sending their email, their texts. Little lunch, drinks. It's a big party atmosphere down that end of the field now, all over the stadium. In fact, there's going to be some in-stadium entertainment after this, and then the teams will get set for the last round of one appearance here on day 2 of 3. Good run by Simplikovic. And half-time has reached. South Africa 2 tries, 1 to Nell, 1 to Dupree. They go to the break in the lead over Russia by 12-0. Oh, they're still playing. That was there was a siren, but referee O'Brien is in charge of when the play actually stops. So play will go on. One more. Probably you see the zeros at the top left of your screen. So running time is over. Now we've gone into the time the referee designates, and this could be hurtful to, well, either side if scoring takes place at this time in the game. Kwagga Smith, very aggressive runner. Good chase and tackle on him by Bondarev, and now it's flung away by Lazarenko. These men of small stature for South Africa are not shy in holding back from the physical tackles. Referee won't stop for half-time here on a penalty. That doesn't happen. And away to the left to Sinatla. And the man who's leading the try scoring in 2016 on the HSBC 7 series adds another one to his mighty total.
I mean, a really simple, straightforward try for Sanatla, but it comes again from the discipline that Neil Powell has instilled in this South African side and their work rate in defence. So South Africa makes the tackle. Look at them, ferocious all over them. Snyman in there, Agaba, and then Snyman that wins that penalty. Look at his work rate at the breakdown, and then the presence of mind to shift it to the fastest man on the field to gift you the simple 5 points. Great work rate from Neil Powell. Neil Powell's South Africa.
So there was a very good conversion there, and at the break it's South Africa and Russia. There's the score, 19-0 to the Springbok 7.
First kick-off we're receiving now. That's the only job we concentrate on.
Some interesting points from Neil Powell. Half-time there, just saying stay cool in your heads. Don't overcommit in the ruck.
Russia.
Be a little bit more disciplined, a little bit more patient. Wants perfection at all times. This South African side's so close to that.
Second half begins, Russia in the blue. Here come the speed of the Blitzbokke. Once again out to Nell. Scored so early in the first half. Starting strongly here in the second. Driving in hard is Franco de Pree. And here's Kwagga-Smith, and he's going to do the chip run. Look for the bounce. And he's got it. Look at that. Very clever play.
I mean, this is all about vision. Kwagga-Smith there, reading the game, just taking that step back, looking up, seeing the Russia playing no sweeper, the flat 7, and then he puts the boot to ball and backs his pace, pins his ears back, cheeky little bounce off the pad, off the post pad, and another 5 points for South Africa.
So Kwagga-Smith's try is converted for 26-0. South Africa lost yesterday to England 21-14, and bouncing back here with a total performance so far against Russia. There's a kind of a wobbly kick by Africa, and it's uncatchable. It just sort of floats to the sideline.
It's a bit like my play when I was back there, ugly but effective.
Well, it was. It went into open territory, and so it went across the touchline. There's the tattoo on the arm of the Russian player. Never give up.
I won't ask you for a direct translation, Keith.
What, into Russian?
All good.
Oh, play on. There's the call from the referee, and some untidy play at the back sees South Africa score a try. They're just playing so well at the moment with so much pressure.
Oh, they are. They're running riot, and this is all a bit of a mess up at the back from a Russian perspective. No communication, not talking to each other, and then when you've got the Springbok breathing down your neck to pounce on every move or every mistake that you make. It's an unforgiving place, this Sevens arena, and your mistakes get capitalised on. South Africa are doing exactly that against this Russian team.
So down in the foreground you see Russians making big numbers of substitutions. I think they put on 4 in that switch there. So here's a change for South Africa. Justin Giddelt is into the game. Another very talented player that they have in their lineup. The full 12 in the squad. There's the new man. Oh, sorry, that's Tim Agaba for South Africa. Branko de Preer out wide to Ryan Kankowski has come back on. Here's Kyle Brown, the captain, floats it wide. Now here is the new man. Sibue is in Soyezwapi, and very pleased for him, aren't they? And a lovely moment for Sibue. He's underway in scoring in an HSBC Sevens World Series game.
And a relatively simple try from the one that he'll never forget. And what a place to do it here in Hong Kong. Great to see, and just yet another talent that Neil Powell has brought into this South African squad and onto this World Series.
Ipsos Australia, yes, he's come in. Sibue, here he is for Brian Habana, who was called out of the squad and gone back to Toulon in France to resume his 15-a-side career. So here's his replacement, Sibue.
Some big boots to fill that.
Yes. Taking over the kickoffs, Justin Giddelt. Let's see how this one goes. It's high and hanging and claimed by Russians.
Garber just flew in and smashed the Russians in defence. Even though they're 38-0 up, South Africa still hungry to put points on the board.
And that was good in there by Alexander Januszkin, the veteran who's come off the bench. Cleared away there by Sutin. Young man with the tattoo on his arm who had such difficulty at the line-out moments ago. There is Januszkin now. A minute and 30 to go. South Africa clearly going to get a victory here. They can take a rest after this one because there's a couple of hours before they play their third and final pool match, and indeed for the Russians. They keep their possession away quite a bit here, way better, way more than England, Wales, Argentina or Australia.
When you've got the pace of someone like Heddle coming on or Sinatla, that's exactly why.
And did he get that one? We were slightly obscured by the goal post padding, but there might have been a try there. We're going to have a look at that one.
Well, what a telling stat that was. Excellent timing to bring that one up just as de Preer puts the boot of ball over the back. And Heddle, it's all about his pace. Look at his footwork. For me, he touches that while both his feet are in touch over the dead ball line, but the referee gives it nonetheless.
Yeah, how could he give that one? I don't understand that one. If both his feet are over the dead ball line and he reached back into the field of play to touch it down, the conversion is over. It's 45-0, and well, we shall see. So the brave Russian team beaten yesterday by Scotland. There's Kankowski now, and he's got the wide connection to Sibue. And try coming for the one they call Dippy, Stephen Dippenaar.
Well, the floodgates open as South Africa hit 50 and Dippenaar dives over. I mean, they've been outstanding, South Africa, in this game. Their discipline, focus, and their awareness there. That's all about awareness. Dippenaar spotting nobody's there on the blind side, picks up and goes down.
Well, it's a learning experience for the Russians here. They're currently like 15th on the World Series table. So they're in danger of being relegated again in 2 or 3 tournaments' time. But that's all in the future. They can fight back from it. In the meantime, they have to bite on a defeat by South Africa by 50 points.